And shifting our focus to more news coming in from Karnataka, the infighting that continues to be highlighted given the kind of reactions coming in from series of Congress leaders. This one on the Shakti scheme that has been announced by the Congress party after coming to power. Now, Congress leader Shamanur Shiva Shankarappa, as far as the Shakti scheme that's been announced by the government, which is around the free bus passes for women, he says that this has been allowed, but he is unable to understand why they've imposed so many conditions. Why is it that they're asking for ID cards? Women are women, men are men. It's easy to distinguish. So essentially, he's raising questions with regards to the conditions that have been announced, that have been imposed around the several guarantees, the several promises that were made in the run-up to the elections, and some of those who are now being announced and confirmed by the Congress government in the state of Karnataka. But here's the divide within the Congress with regards to the conditions that have been announced along with some of these schemes. This reaction coming in from Congress leader Shamanur Shiva Shankarappa on the Shakti scheme that's been announced by the Congress government. Listen in.
ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇವತ್ತು ಫ್ರೀಯಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಯಾಣ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಉಚಿತವಾದ ಪ್ರಯಾಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಚೀಟಿ ಬೇಕು, ಈ ಚೀಟಿ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಅಂದರೆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು, ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಂದರೆ ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ನೋಡಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾತು ಆ ಚೀಟಿ ತರ್ರಿ, ಈ ಚೀಟಿ ತರ್ರಿ, ಹೊರ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಬಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಪಾಪ ಹೆಂಗಸರು ಓಡಾಡಲಿ ಅಂತ ತಪ್ಪೇನು. ಇಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಗಳು ಮಾಡೋದು ಸರಿಯಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನನ್ನ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ. ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ಉಚಿತ ಪ್ರಯಾಣ ಏನಿದೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳು.
So there you heard it from a Congress leader really raising questions on why so many conditions have been announced along with the Shakti scheme. Similar controversies have come to light with regards to the Graha Jyoti scheme as well, the Graha Lakshmi scheme as well. All of those announcements, those guarantees, the Congress says they're fulfilling these promises, but now you have a Congress leader who is raising questions on why these conditions have been imposed alongside the announcement that has been made. Now remember, if we talk about the Shakti scheme, it also says that the city and ordinary along with express bus services will be a part of the scheme, but it will not apply to luxury buses. Alongside, it's also said that women will get these kind of free passes only upon submitting their ID cards. To this, the Congress leader Shiva Shankarappa is saying, why is there a need to demand any sort of an ID? It is easy to distinguish between men and women. So that's the kind of rift and the internal divide that we're talking about. Niya's joining us with more details. We've seen with regards to several such poll guarantees, which the Congress continues to implement now, several kind of reactions coming in from within the Congress. But what are the apprehensions that are being put out and raised by this Congress leader, Neha?
Yes, this is senior Congress leader Shamanur Shiva Shankarappa going on to raise concerns here about the, Shakti Yojana or the Shakti scheme which the Congress implemented just yesterday. Now, what he's, of course, gone on to say is a couple of things. The first being the fact that, women, in fact, should not really be asked to show their identity card. There should not be any differentiation between local women or women who are from other states. That the scheme should be accessible to all the women, because that's what the promise, in fact, was made, is what you have the Congress leader here saying. Secondly, he's also gone on to raise the fact that he would, raise this issue in the assembly as well and see as to why there are so many conditions right now as far as the implementation of this scheme goes. But we'll really, of course, have to wait and see. The assembly session this time around also is likely to be stormy, because it's not just the BJP leaders, but in fact now even Congress leaders who have started to raise concerns about the guarantees over here that have been promised by the Congress party.
All right. Apart from the demand of ID cards, another interesting point that has been raised by this Congress leader is why the women cannot travel for free on bus services outside of the state. For example, if a woman is traveling from, let's say, Belgavi to Hubli, Kolhapur, they will have to buy a ticket. So the Congress leader is also raising questions around the fact that these kind of conditions were not shared in public domain when these promises were first made. Thank you for that, Neha. We continue to track more political voices coming in on this. Let's quickly shift